The American summer has a vibe all its own, think long days, the hum of cicadas, and that heat shimmering off the pavement. But beneath all that golden sunshine lies a wilder reality. Each year, the skies get restless, unleashing storms that sweep across the country like a warning drumbeat. From the flat expanses of Tornado Alley to the storm-battered shores of the southeast, summer isn't just a season, it's a clash between calm and chaos. In towns where thunder rattles windows and lightning brightens the night, incredible stories emerge, of everyday folks caught in extraordinary situations, of homes lost and rebuilt, and of courage, fear, and survival. These narratives go beyond just the weather, they reflect the lives that are shaped by it. Stormy Skies, Tales of America's Wild Summer Weather, takes you on a journey through the heat and turmoil, the wind and rain, and the resilience of a nation facing nature at its most intense. Chapter 1, The Calm Before the Storm. The morning light gently streamed through the curtains of a cozy farmhouse nestled in southeastern Nebraska. Birds sang cheerfully in the hedgerows, and the fresh scent of dew-kissed grass wafted in on a gentle breeze. The sky was a vast, uninterrupted expanse of blue, the kind that wrapped the town in a blanket of tranquility and dreams. In the distance, tractors roared to life, children pedaled their bikes to summer classes, and shopkeepers opened their doors with warm smiles. Yet, no one seemed to notice the subtle change in the air, a slow, almost imperceptible shift, like the tightening of a violin string. By midday, the humidity began to thicken. Clouds gathered on the distant horizon, too faint to catch anyone's eye but darkening with each passing hour. The local radio station played classic country tunes, filling the air with a sense of nostalgia. Farmers leaned against fence posts, casting wary glances upward. They had experienced this before, and even though no alerts had been issued, an instinct deep within them hinted at something amiss. As dusk approached, the wind changed direction. Trees swayed uneasily. Dogs barked at shadows. For a fleeting moment, everything fell silent, an eerie stillness, as if the world was holding its breath. A solitary weather vane creaked as it turned, pointing westward. The storm hadn't arrived yet, but it was on its way. Summer had just begun, and the skies were ready to unfold their tale. Chapter 2, Thunder Rolls in Texas. The vast Texas plains simmered under a sweltering heat as dark clouds began to gather in the late afternoon. Ranchers took a break from their work, casting cautious glances toward the horizon where the first distant rumbles of thunder echoed softly. The air felt electric, buzzing with the promise of a storm that could unleash its fury at any moment. In the small towns scattered throughout the region, families hurried to close windows and secure loose items, a routine shaped by years of living with unpredictable weather. Out of nowhere, a supercell thunderstorm erupted, towering high above the flat landscape. Its anvil-shaped crown spread wide, casting a shadow that sent a chill through the earth below, despite the heat. Lightning flashed dramatically, illuminating the swirling clouds that churned with raw energy. Rain poured down in sheets, drumming relentlessly on rooftops and transforming dusty roads into slick mud. Farmers and travelers scrambled for shelter as the winds howled and trees bent under the pressure. Power flickered and then went out in some areas, plunging homes into darkness. The storm's wrath left fields flooded and barns battered, but it also sparked moments of quiet courage. Neighbors checked in on one another amid the chaos, offering help and comfort where it was needed. As the thunder rolled on, Texas was reminded once again that summer's wild side was always lurking just around the corner. Chapter 3, Twister Alley Awakens. The flat, open plains of Kansas and Oklahoma were wrapped in a tense stillness as the afternoon heat soared. Farmers hustled about, fully aware that this time of year brought more than just sunshine. Suddenly, the sky darkened, taking on a foreboding greenish hue that signaled the arrival of fierce storms. In the heart of Tornado Alley, nature's most violent tempests were gearing up to make their entrance. A seasoned storm chaser fiddled with his radar equipment inside a weathered pickup truck, his gaze locked on the swirling cloud formations above. He understood the risks. Tornadoes could spring up without warning, wreaking havoc on towns in mere moments. Families rushed to their basements and storm shelters, clutching their children and pets as the wind began to howl ominously. Sirens wailed, creating a chilling soundtrack to the impending danger. When the first twister touched down, it carved a path of destruction through fields and homes, uprooting trees and flinging debris around like it was nothing. The sky roared, and lightning flashed, illuminating the terrifying funnel. The storm chaser captured the chaos with steady hands, knowing that documenting these moments could help others prepare and respond. As the tornado moved on, leaving a trail of shattered lives in its wake, the people of Tornado Alley braced themselves for whatever might come next. The summer's wild weather was just starting to reveal its true power. Chapter 4: Lightning over the Rockies. In the rugged heights of the Rocky Mountains, summer afternoons often showcase nature's raw power. The air becomes thin and electric, with heavy gray clouds swirling as they climb over the jagged peaks. Here, lightning storms are both awe-inspiring and perilous, a dazzling display of bright forks illuminating the dark skies while revealing hidden dangers below. This summer, a series of fierce lightning strikes ignited dry underbrush across Colorado's high country. Firefighters sprang into action, racing to contain the rapidly spreading flames as they battled challenging terrain and unpredictable winds. Campers in nearby forests had to evacuate as thick smoke billowed into the sky, transforming daylight into an eerie twilight. Amid the chaos, mountain wildlife scrambled to escape the flames, seeking refuge in rocky crevices and cool streams. The storm's crackling energy served as a stark reminder of nature's dual role as both creator and destroyer. While lightning nourished the earth by sparking new growth cycles, it also posed a serious threat to homes and lives. As night descended, the storm's fury began to wane, leaving behind a landscape that was scarred yet still vibrant. The Rockies, timeless and resilient, would eventually heal, but the memories of that wild summer day would remain, forever etched in the minds of those who witnessed the fierce dance of lightning. Chapter 5: Flooded Dreams in the Delta. In the lowlands of Mississippi and Louisiana, a stubborn weather front lingered for days, unleashing a relentless downpour over the vibrant delta. Rivers overflowed their banks, transforming roads into waterways and fields into expansive lakes. Families anxiously watched as the waters inched closer to their homes, carrying away cherished memories, belongings, and years of hard work. Local communities rallied together, forming human chains to safeguard levees and sandbag vulnerable spots. Children were evacuated to shelters, while neighbors checked in on the elderly, their faces marked by worry and determination. The rain showed no signs of letting up, a constant rhythm that blurred the boundaries between sky and land. Boats became essential lifelines where cars could no longer navigate, and tales of rescue and survival emerged from the submerged streets. Despite the devastation, a flicker of hope shone through the rising waters. Gardens that once flourished lay underwater, yet the spirit of the delta remained unbroken. This was more than just a flood, it was a testament to endurance, resilience, and the unbreakable bond of community. As the rains finally subsided, the water left behind mud and destruction, but also a renewed sense of togetherness, a reminder that even in the fiercest storms, people stand strong together. Chapter 6: Heatwave on the Coast. A scorching heat dome settled over California's coast, trapping stifling air beneath an unyielding sun. Temperatures skyrocketed to record levels, baking cities and towns from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Streets shimmered with heat, and air conditioners fought valiantly against the oppressive warmth. Power grids strained under the heavy demand as people sought refuge indoors, while those without access endured grueling days under the merciless skies. This heatwave tested more than just people's endurance, it put infrastructure and emergency services to the test. Wildfires ignited in the parched hills, fueled by dry winds and brittle brush, sending smoke wafting over urban areas. Hospitals reported a surge in cases of heat exhaustion and dehydration, prompting cooling centers to open their doors and provide relief to vulnerable populations. Communities adapted in small but significant ways. Water bottles became essential companions, early mornings turned into prime work hours, and nights remained restless and sweltering. The ocean breeze offered little solace against the overwhelming heat, reminding everyone that summer's extremes spared no one. As the heatwave dragged on, the coast learned once again that beneath its picturesque beauty lay a force that was both awe-inspiring and perilous. Chapter 7: Hurricanes on the Horizon. As August began to wind down, the warm waters of the Atlantic were brewing up a serious threat. Meteorologists were closely monitoring the development of a fierce Category 4 hurricane, its swirling eye gaining strength as it headed toward the southeastern coast. Coastal communities were on high alert, recalling the memories of past storms that had dramatically altered lives and landscapes. Evacuation orders rang out across barrier islands and low-lying towns, prompting families to pack up their suitcases, grab their pets, and gather their most cherished belongings. Emergency shelters filled up fast, and first responders geared up for long hours ahead. The air was thick with tension, a blend of anxiety and determination as everyone faced the uncertainty together. Satellite images revealed the hurricane's massive size and ferocity, with its rain bands stretching for miles inland. Winds howled as the storm drew closer, tearing branches from trees and sending debris flying. Yet, amid the chaos, stories of bravery emerged, neighbors lending a hand to one another, volunteers stepping up to help evacuees, and communities coming together in solidarity. When the hurricane finally made landfall, it left a transformed landscape in its wake. But as the skies cleared, the resilient spirit of the Southeast shone through, ready to rebuild and recover from the summer's toughest challenge. Chapter 8: After the Storm. As the wild summer weather finally started to settle down, communities all over America found themselves facing the tough job of picking up the pieces. Tornadoes had ripped through fields and homes, floods had engulfed neighborhoods, and fires had left their marks on the landscape. Yet, amidst all the chaos, a quiet strength began to shine through. People were not just rebuilding houses, but also rekindling hope. Volunteers traveled from far-off towns, offering their hands and sharing what they could. Families dug through the wreckage, salvaging precious memories from the debris. Local leaders stepped up to coordinate relief efforts, juggling immediate needs with plans for long-term recovery. Stories of loss intertwined with tales of survival, children joyfully reuniting with their pets, neighbors opening their doors to those in need, and strangers becoming friends. The skies, once filled with turbulent storms, cleared up to reveal a peaceful summer evening. The air was rich with the scent of wet earth and fresh starts. In the distance, new shoots began to break through the soil, a reminder that nature has a way of enduring, even after its most intense displays. This season had truly tested the nation's resilience, but it also showcased the unyielding spirit that weathered every storm and looked toward the future with hope. Summer in America brings a mix of experiences. It's a season filled with both warmth and wildness, calm and chaos. The storms that roll through the country serve as a reminder that nature is a powerful force, capable of creating beauty and wreaking havoc. With thunder rumbling, lightning flashing, floods pouring, and fierce winds howling, communities come together, finding strength in one another and in the land they cherish. These stories of summer's wild weather go beyond mere descriptions of natural occurrences. They reflect human bravery, resilience, and hope. As the skies clear and the seasons shift, the memories of these storms linger on, a tribute to nature's might and the indomitable spirit of those who weather the storm.